in mule deer country. For hunters, there's no better place and no better time. As the aspens turn to gold, the muley bucks shed their velvet and prepare for the rut. And here in western Colorado, not far from Montrose, Bob Folkrod has returned to the Sandberg Hereford Ranch, where last year, a fine trophy narrowly missed his appointment with destiny.
I missed him.
This time around, jumping the string won't be a problem. Bob is coming muzzleloader season. It's time to even the score.
What's this here? 72 yards, that'll work. You know, I know the bench is working. Now it's just a matter of, let's see if these crock sticks works. I know all this will work because I've done it at home lots and lots of times, but right now I'm just getting rid of some nervous anticipation and just double check and make sure this is on. This is stretching it right here. This is about 74, 75 yards. That's putting it out there about as far as I want to shoot something with iron sights. Boy, the old smoke flew on that. The only thing you would have saw if I was been hunting mule deer is that mule deer tipping over right there. Here's a good shot. That's what I needed. That's my confidence is built up. Time for me to go check my blind.
The first day of hunting had Bob sitting in a blind where he had a good view of several fields. Early in the afternoon, a small buck came out, but this was not the one for Bob to drop the hammer on. There are bigger, and Bob knows how to be patient.
Right there's a perfect example why you get in your blind as early as you can. Spend as many hours as you can. Decoy in the field, boy, that's beautiful.
The big boys didn't show here, but were seen up in another field. And this meant a stop at that old bulldozer blind, where he hopes to meet again with that very wary trophy buck.
And my famous dozer from last year. I didn't think I was going to be back in here this year, but I thought last night we had them figured out pretty decent. Just some get rid of those branches. Last night they came down through, got my cushion over there, down in that corner. That's where they went out of the field in the morning. And then what they did is they went totally the opposite way. But this morning they were right back in here feeding again, this field, and they went right out through these alders. So maybe we can make the famous dozer famous 2 years in a row.
The alfalfa that attracted the big boy last year still acts as a magnet for muleys, and Bob's hopes are high. Mule deer numbers rise and fall dramatically with annual weather conditions. And though there are plenty of deer on rich farms like the Sandberg Ranch, the mule deer need a helping hand in other areas. Long-term droughts and rapid development in many western states have reduced deer numbers. Since the 1970s, mule deer populations have declined dramatically due to habitat loss and degradation. The Mule Deer Foundation, a group of over 10,000 conservation-minded hunters, provides funding for watering sites, controlled burns, food plots, and other habitat enhancement and protection throughout the West. Through ongoing partnerships with federal and state natural resource agencies, conservation groups, and individuals, MDF implements conservation projects that benefit mule deer and other wildlife. But even in the best habitat, the habits of large bucks are hard to predict, as Bob is soon reminded.
Well, that's a small one.
However, Bob noticed that several nice bucks came into another field from a different set of woods. Looks like the place to be in the morning. Bob's sitting at the edge of the fields and in the woods, waiting for the bucks to come to him.
There's the big boy right there. The big buck looks like he's going to go over on that other hillside. And mule deer are just unpredictable. Seem like they go someplace every day. Anyway, we got to get on that other side if we're going to hunt him.
Bob decides to try to cut off the buck, but he'll have to hurry to do it.
Well, that's for sure. They're not going to come this way. Oh, they're going to go down that other valley. Whew, that's about a 2-mile walk. Go, go, go.
Looks like Bob should have worn track shoes instead of hunting boots today.
Boy, that's a long ways around that hill. Okay, that's it right there. There he is on top of the hill.
Now, if the mule deer just keeps moving the way he is, he'll soon be in easy range of the iron sights and present an easy shot.
Oh, don't you dare.
But things are rarely easy where trophy bucks are concerned.
I don't believe this. He laid down. He laid down. I'm gonna go put a stalk. I got nothing else to do anyway.
Bob keeps a close eye on the ground to avoid breaking a twig or kicking a rock as he closes in. Easy does it. At this range, breaking a twig would sound like a tree falling to that bedded buck.
Wind's perfect. Wind's coming right down the hill.
Bob uses his hand to muffle the sound of cocking his rifle.
Good deal. Good deal. He didn't hear it.
He can see nothing but the back of the deer's head, but he decides to take the shot. He's hiked too long to risk spooking the deer by moving closer.
Oh, man, I didn't get him. Oh, what a stalk within 20 yards. Woo! Oh, man. What? Ooh, maybe I ought to load. No, I don't need to reload. He's dead. Look at that. Within 20 yards. I'll tell you what, we watched him from the hill this morning. They went that way all week long. What do they do this week? They come this way. We come over here. He comes over hill. What's he do? He beds down. Can you believe it? I said, I ain't got nothing else to do. I'm trying to stalk. Isn't that a fantastic buck? And within 20 yards off the ground, I want to. It doesn't get any better than that right there.